I'm not gonna bump to this song, but then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Local with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Local with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Local with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast.
That early morning swole, not really that early, but the morning swole.
East Coast with that gang gang. You know we don't play games.
Swole.
Hop up on that wagon, oh please just
Fucking
get out
Papa
the
Swole,
way.
yo.
You
Look
know
at
we
me.
stay stuntin', right
Look
up
at
in
me.
your face. We sorry, not sorry. We just stuck up in our wet
Whoop,
ways.
whoop, whoop, whoop.
West Coast no hands
Bam.
down. Put that glass in hands
Folio.
up. Gang gang gang, we famed
Beaches.
up. Got that change, we banged up.
Beaches.
Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy. Rap game just too easy. Drip so sick, I'm queasy. Whoa. West Coast with the gang gang gang. West Coast with the gang gang gang.
Oh. I see. El Swole. El Swole en la mañana. En la mañana. Hey.
Yeah, watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine.
Wifey is fine. Look at my gains. Glad that you asked.
God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up. All that I ask, wherever you headed the first. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future.
Come
the
on,
future is
Daly,
black.
let's
Black
do
like
it.
T'Challa, Wakanda attack.
Boom. No bullshit, yo.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily
Na
Swole.
na na na. Test. Testing. Test. Testing. Testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 899 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, slaycast, slutcast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What the fuck is going on, beaches? Welcome to the Daily Sleaze. Yeah, coming at you in the morning time today. Welcome, everyone. What's going on? What's a good word? What is up? Wherever you're watching from, make sure you drop in the comments where you're watching from. Where are you located? Let's go around the horn and let's see where everyone is stationed at today. Welcome to episode 899, the last of the 8 hundos. And we're going to talk some truth. Some of this stuff has been out for a couple days, but I wasn't going to do it on the podcast, but now I'm going to because it's going to be a good morning rant for the Daily Swole. It's going to be a good way to start the Monday, and it's going to give you all some more perspective because I talk a lot about the bullshit in the fitness industry. And as you all know, Swolenormous is fitness without the bullshit. And thus is the Daily Swole. We talk about real fitness. We talk about what you really need to do to make some real fucking gains and to actually be really healthy head to toe, not the superficial shit that you see all over social media. So we're going to get into this really, really juicy juice in a moment. Literally juicy juice. Let's get you welcome on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, wherever you're watching and listening on the podcast. Remember to subscribe to the podcast wherever you like to get your ear gains. You can always go to swolenormousx.com and click on podcast. Yeah, it's a little bit earlier today than normal, and I have wanted to do earlier every day for a long time just because more people during the day can get today's episode. It's a good way to start the day because we get the Eastern time, Pacific time. We get more across the ocean, across the pond in the UK and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I like to mix it up a little bit. I do it when I can. I do it when I want to. I do it whenever I fucking feel like. And it's nice to see you here in the morning. It's nice to do different times too because some people can't watch it live all the time in the afternoon, so it's a good thing to mix it up once in a while. So welcome, welcome. Where we got Florida, we got Mississippi, Boston, Mass. Hey from Small Town, Virginia. Is that the name of the town? Small Town? Hey from Kentucky. Thanks for all the great content, your podcasts. Oh, thank you. Why, thank you. Thank you very much for watching. Instagram's quiet today, which is cool. That's fine. Instagram doesn't want to play today. It's all good. It's all good. Am I live? It says I'm live. Whatever. Fuck it. So anyway, some of the new stuff that's coming out, a lot of you are in the fitness realm, like you follow other people in the fitness industry. You know of these fitness brands. You are aware of what's going on. And I've told you for a long time, and I've done many YouTube videos on this shit. I've done many driving while gainings and YouTube videos about people that are saucing, taking anabolic steroids and stuff in the fitness industry. And we've talked about this stuff before. And the reason why I want to talk about this is not to be, not to be Johnny Raincloud. I actually want to be Papa Sunbeam? Papa Sunbeam? I don't know, Papa Swole. I want to show you and really relay stuff that myself and a lot of other fitness peeps have been saying for a long time, that there is a lot of scam artists. There's a lot of bullshit when you are only looking at pictures on Instagram, when you're only looking at videos on YouTube, when you're only looking at the surface, and it gives people false hope. It gives people false impressions of what is possible, how much gains, how much weight loss, how much results is possible in a short period of time, how much results are possible naturally. And many of these people are sponsored by apparel companies. They are sponsored by supplement companies. And of course, any type of gym apparel company or supplement company wants people that are promoting their products that are in shape. You don't want someone who's fat and out of shape promoting your gym clothes. You don't want someone who's fat and out of shape promoting your supplements, because no one's going to want to buy it. No one's going to want to buy your shit if you have someone that doesn't look like they even lift. So what happens in the fitness industry, if you are living under a rock, that people take anabolic steroids of various different kinds, men and women, fitness models, everyone usually takes these things, especially when you start getting into competitions. But most of these people, because it's their livelihood, because they're getting sponsored, they take things. They take shit. They take anabolics. They take illegal substances. They take SARMs, which we'll talk about in a second. They take these things in order to maintain their physique year round, because they're doing shows, they're doing shoots, they're doing competitions, whatever they're doing. It's very hard to stay very, very lean and photogenic in this sense all year round at a very low body fat percentage. And that's where a lot of these people lie. And supplement companies and apparel companies, they turn a blind eye. They know what's going on. It's kind of like, remember, and this is going to, remember, was it late 90s, early 2000s when Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, baseball, right? Baseball was the most popular it's ever been. The home run chases, everyone was crushing home runs. And then it comes out, oh, everyone's taking steroids. But baseball knew. They fucking knew. They just ignored it because their ratings were going through the roof. They're making a shitload of money, tons of popularity. Of course, you're not going to say anything. Oh, we didn't know. We didn't know that he gained 30 pounds of fucking muscle over the off season. Went from being a second baseman that hit 12 home runs last year to hitting like 45 fucking bombs. You know, that's where baseball was like, oh, okay, we're shocked. We're shocked. I can't believe this happened. Oh, shame on you. And there was that bullshit congressional hearings and stuff. It was a load of crap. It was a fucking horse. It was a freaking charade, and they were distracting from real issues that were going on in the country. It was all distraction. It was all bullshit. Anyway, so everyone knew what was happening, played stupid to the public. Public bought it, by and large, and, people move on. So what happens now in the fitness industry, you have a lot of people that are taking these things, and everyone knows, but no one says anything because they're technically illegal or they're frowned upon because they're not promoting it. These companies aren't promoting steroids. They're not promoting SARMs. And SARMs are selective androgen receptor modulators, which are oral, pretty much oral steroids. Essentially, they simulate and they mimic the action of steroids. And these are kind of a gray area. Let me explain what those are for a little bit. And I'm not an expert on it because I don't take them. I don't follow this stuff really closely. but they're oral, like you take drops right under your tongue or something like that. And the reason why they are, a lot of this stuff is coming out because they're banned. They're banned by every organization out there, but they're legal, but kind of illegal. They're legal because you can use them for animal testing, like on rats or in experiments and stuff like that. So you can buy them legally online, but they're, quote, not for human consumption, right? So all over the website, not for human consumption. This is for rats. This is for animal testing. Humans are not to consume these, wink, wink. And then you buy them and you fucking take them. And they work, okay? They work. We don't know. I mean, we don't know what the real side effects are going to be. Like, don't take these. I'm telling you right now, don't take these fucking things. You don't know what they do. But they do build muscle and burn fat and they get you results. But who knows what damage they do to the body. And anything you do orally is very high risk because your liver processes these things and it can fuck up a lot of other stuff. And when they're relatively new. So we don't have, if you're doing testosterone replacement therapy or something with a doctor and you're getting monitored and blood work, that's a little bit more controlled. And that's up to you between you and your fitness professional. I mean, your medical professional, your medical practitioner. So anyway, people are taking these things. So SARMs are kind of under the table. You're not injecting things, so you're not getting caught with needles and shit like that. It's not illegal, so you don't have to be shady. You can order it to your house. And people are taking these things, and kids are taking these things, and they're getting results. And the problem is when you are sponsored by a supplement company, or your business is a supplement company, or your business is in fitness, and you're taking these things, and then you are promoting, and you're the cover or poster child for these other products like creatine and pre-workout, and you're selling these things based on your physique, you are being dishonest. You are scamming the public, and this is happening all the time. And people know in the fitness industry, everyone fucking knows. Everyone knows. It's amazing how many kids and people are gullible on YouTube when you watch these people and you're like, oh, well, they've been training for a long time. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I can go down a list of people that claim that they are natural that are absolutely not. 100% not. And they claim that they are and they sell their own shit and they're pieces of garbage. All right. I'm not going to name them all here. You can go on my YouTube channel and see some of the ones that I've called out. They're full of shit. All right. They're just fucking warts, cancers, just blemishes on the fitness industry. They're pieces of shit human beings because they're scamming people and they're literally being upfront, dishonest, lying to your face. Bradley Martin, well, he takes stuff, but I don't think he ever denies it. I think he just skirts the question. But a lot of people, I mean, we're talking mostly, look, they're not legal. So it makes sense that if people are taking them, they're not going to admit them in public. Pro bodybuilders are taking them. Anyone that's in the IFBB Pro is taking stuff. Like this is, you have to get to that level. You have to. And it's men and women. And most people see women and they don't look really big, but they're lean and dry and like, oh, well, they're not big. There are hundreds of different types of compounds. And yes, they are taking them too. And the reason why I bring this up is because over the last couple of days, one gentleman, one young lad, little boy, I think he's 18 years old or something like that, Ryan Casey from Gymshark came out and said that because he posted all these videos, and you have a lot of people that follow these dudes, these kids that are being sponsored by, for example, Gymshark, who released him around the same time after, very, very likely because of this admission. Of course, they stated other reasons, but he was sponsored by that company, Gymshark, and Gymshark sponsored a lot of these young kids who put up amazing, ridiculous numbers at very young ages, 18, 19, 20 years old, lifting like exceptional amounts of weight. And he was in this group. So he came out and just admitted and said that he was using SARMs, these oral things, right? So this is just and you see a lot of people on YouTube, and some people are commending him and saying like, oh, I respect the fact that he comes out and he's honest, and, I respect him a lot for this. And I go two ways with this kind of shit. I go two ways. First off, you're telling the truth. So I don't think anyone deserves a fucking cookie for telling the truth. Like, oh, good boy. You deserve to be commended after fucking lying about it the whole time after, fooling how many thousands and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube and Instagram. So I don't know if anyone deserves a fucking pat on the back for fucking telling the truth. I think that's a load of shit. I think that should be the standard. But when you have these young kids that are seeing such amazing gains, someone like myself, who's a professional in the fitness industry for almost 2 decades, you can see this stuff a mile away. You know what it takes to build that kind of strength and size, and it doesn't happen that quickly. You don't build it like that when you're a fucking teenager. You just don't. You just don't. You really just don't. You can have exceptional strength, but you're not going to have exceptional muscle mass and like density and the stuff that just doesn't pop when you're that young. You need that muscle maturity. It takes years and years of training and nutrition. It just takes time. You can't skip time. That's why there aren't 15-year-old Mr. Olympias, because you need time to develop, to build, right? So he came out and talked about it, and he was released from Gymshark, the same day or shortly after. Or I'm sure there was like some stuff, other stuff going on there, but very coincidentally, like the same time, right? And the whole crew, and if you're online and you're in the fitness community, you probably know of the Gymshark brand. You probably know this gym and similar brands like it and similar supplement companies, but there's so much of a skew to the youth in fitness online. Just like everything else, there's a skew towards the youth with all types of technology. But now that you have one person coming out and saying this, all right, he gets a little pat on the back. I think he was smart for saying it because he's the first one. Yes, Blondie Locks, we're talking about Ryan Casey and everything else. So yes, you're going to have the first person that comes out and says it. Okay, he's going to get a pat on the back and, oh, you're telling the truth. I commend you. I respect you. The second person might get a little bit. So if anyone else is ready to come out, now's the time, because you got one more person that can be, a knight in shining armor, and then everyone else is going to get shit on. Everyone's like, oh, well, he's doing it, but like in denial that no one else is coming out. All of a sudden, someone else is going to come out like, you fucking liar, you lied about this, you lied about that. Because then all of a sudden, all the previous posts and all the previous comments and all the previous things that everyone ever said, all of a sudden it gets related back to, well, you were taking this the whole time, X, Y, and Z. So my point in bringing this up is to remind you again on a Monday, that hustle, that grind, all that effort, it takes fucking years. There is no quick fix. There is no shortcut that you are going to get naturally. And if you skew and you go away and you start playing with these other things, you are playing with your health. And we see this down the line. We see this down the line with people that have a lot of health issues as a result of it, because you're not under a doctor's supervision. You're abusing it. You're not getting quality stuff. You're literally injecting stuff into your body. You're bypassing the normal processes of your body to metabolize and mobilize hormones, et cetera, et cetera. You're just adding to the system, and you're adding shit that was made in a lab somewhere. Who the fuck knows the potency? And we don't really know what these other things do. So that being said, let me take a couple questions and we'll continue with this. Blondie, that kid is a douchebag. He grew up rich. He doesn't need more fitness contracts. Well, I mean, rich or not, that's not his. If he grew up rich, that's on his parents. That's not his fault for his parents being successful or having money, if you want to call that success. He might not need a fitness contract, but the fact of the matter is, when you are promoting a brand, let's say a fitness brand, a clothing company that promotes fitness, like they're selling, like Gymshark sells their gear based on these young kids who are strong and in shape, this and the other, but they're doing shit. They're taking things that are not legal, but they're not being open about it. And the company is ignoring that fact because they're making tons of money. Why would they call people? Why would they call out their own people, their sponsor? Because it gives them a bad look. And this is going. And the thing is, this is going to happen more. I'm telling you, this is going to happen more. It's going to happen more. It happens all the time. Guys, ladies, It happens everywhere. It happens in the UFC. It happens in football. It happens in the Olympic sprinting. It happens in baseball. It happens in every fucking sport. It happens in every fucking gym. It happens everywhere in the fucking world. Everywhere in the world. Yet no one really talks about how ubiquitous it is everywhere. Everyone just looks at people that are on stage at a bodybuilding competition. Oh, I wonder if he's using. Of course he's fucking using. Of course he is. Absolutely 100 fucking percent. A lot of people that are even doing natural competitions are using. They just went off cycle for a longer period of time. Like people use it and then they go off it for a few months and then they test clean and they compete in a natural competition. Like people do this and they skirt the things all the time. They use masking agents. They use designer steroids, things that aren't being picked up by tests currently. Certain organizations only test for certain compounds, so they use other ones. People are going to break the rules and get an edge wherever they can, especially when status, money, material things, all these and followers on Instagram and YouTube are the currency of our world, right? Popularity and attention is the currency, and now everyone wants as much as possible. You're not going to follow some natural lifter guy who just works hard for years and years and years. You're going to follow some freak young kid who looks like ripped out of his mind, super strong. Wow. Putting up a ton of weight. Wow, let me follow. I want to be like him someday. Wow, let me follow him. Wow, let me buy. Oh, he's taking this protein. Let me take that. Oh, I get a 10% coupon code on blah, blah. And these people are making a lot of money off it. And again, I'm not hating. I'm just trying to pass along the information because a lot of you aren't plugged into the circles or are not aware of a lot of these things that I'm aware of. So just sharing it with you, whether or not you like it or don't like it, I don't give a fuck. I mean, you could have your own opinion on this stuff too. But it's one of those things where Ryan Casey came out and said it, but he didn't have to. People have been calling him out and people in his circle out for years. I mean, it's nothing new. It's just, the truth. You came out and told the truth. You didn't have to fucking tell the truth. You're like 17, 18 years old and you're benching 300-400. Like, it's not natural to have that kind of muscle tone. It's not natural to gain that much size and strength in a short period of time that young. It's not natural. It's not normal. It's not average. It's not even above average. It's extremely, extremely rare. So let that be a wake-up call. Let that be a wake-up call. Let this be a reminder to everyone that's struggling, that's watching these people, that's watching social media and feeling discouraged. Let this be a model for you to see these people that when they take a picture, they don't show the needle in their ass. They don't show what they're taking. They don't show that part. When they do a YouTube workout video, they're not showing in the bathroom 2 days before when they're injecting, when they're, taking the drops, and they're not showing that part. It doesn't mean they're not doing it. Okay? And it also doesn't mean that everyone is doing it. I'm just saying that most of the people that are at that level have a lot to lose. And when you are competing at a professional level, let's say in bodybuilding, in sports, when you're doing CrossFit competitions, people that think CrossFitters are all fucking natural, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here if you think the CrossFit games, everyone's all natural and they're tested. Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. And anyone that as a fitness professional will tell you likewise. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that natural bullshit. You can watch it for entertainment. Don't watch it as if it's like some kind of like pious competition that's all full and clean and natural and, this is the way the human body should be. Give me a break. You're so fucking naive. Everyone is cutting corners somewhere. Especially when you're at that level, when you have contracts, when you have to be lean for photo shoots, when you have to perform at a high level all year round. What do you think you are going to do in order to maintain that? What do you think? What do you think you're going to do Your whole career, everything is riding on it. Would you take a pill every couple days? Would you take a couple drops in your mouth once in a while? Would you? I mean, I'm not saying it's a big deal. I'm not saying you should never do that. I don't care what people do. You can do whatever you want. It's your body. You're the one that's going to have to deal with the consequences. That's the problem. That's the problem, is that it's not transparent. There's no transparency, and most people don't have the education and the experience in the fitness industry to see this shit from a mile away. There have been top coaches. That are experts in coaching people with anabolic steroid use, right? That have not given out names, but have come forward and told that, yeah, I have top CrossFit athletes under my umbrella, under my wing. They don't say the names, but okay, so it's there. It's there. Why would he say that? Why would he say that? Why would he say that? Everyone has the opportunity to be, quote, Insta famous, YouTube famous. Everyone has that ability. So here's the thing. We're talking about competition. We're talking about being on top. People do it for the Olympics. People do it for the UFC, do it for professional sports, do it for CrossFit. People do it for competition. What do you think Instagram and YouTube is? What do you think this race to get more followers, to get more attention? It's a competition. But now, because everyone has the ability to compete with their cell phone, with making content, you have millions of competitors. People need to get on top. So everyone's got to try to plant their flag with a certain type of diet, a certain type of eating. People have to find their niche. People have to look bigger or be stronger or do more handstands and more flips on Instagram and do more ridiculous things and jump off buildings and do parkour and climb fucking the Empire State Building on the outside to get attention. People are going further and further to do something that stimulates people to share online, to get that viral video. It just gets more and more ridiculous. And the issue with that is that people look at that fitness, entertainment, Cirque du Soleil bullshit and then try to translate that into, oh, I should be doing that. I want to do that. I want to be like him. I want to be like her. And you start training doing this stupid shit. You start doing all this jumping around, flipping bar crap and trying to do all these. They're fancy tricks. They're not going to get you in better shape. They're not going to, I mean, can they get you better? Okay, I shouldn't say better shape, but is that what's going to get you what you want? Is training like that or doing those kind of tricks and things and entertainment, visual skills or whatever you want to call it, is that going to get you what you want? Is that going to make you happy? Is that going to build you muscle? I posted on this like yesterday. Everyone's doing all this like high intensity interval training and all these like, group exercise, total, flying around, doing all this whatever shit, being exhausted, dripping in sweat. That doesn't equal building muscle, by the way. Everyone's doing that feeling. People are equating how they feel after a workout to getting results, and that's not how it works. It doesn't matter if you're in a puddle of your own sweat and you're exhausted. Doesn't mean you're going to build muscle. That's not how that works. Doesn't mean you're going to get leaner. That's not how that works. Most people, that's why I stay in my lane. That's why if you want a physique, which most people want, you want to look a certain way, come on, you're in the gym. You're in the gym for performance. I want to get stronger. Bullshit. You want to look better. Don't fucking lie to yourself, and you can't lie to me. You can lie to yourself, or you can try. You can't lie to me. You want to look better. No one is going to the gym because I want to be healthier. That's good. Maybe you do in the back end, but the main reason you would rather look better than be healthier. That's why people take these things, because they want to look better first. They don't care so much about the health. They sacrifice their health to a point by taking these things in order to look better. People want abs, people want arms, people want glutes, people want legs. People want to look a certain way, right? So when you put that first, you do other things. You get off the health track. You start taking anabolics, start taking all these supplements, start taking all these things. You cut corners. You want to look a certain way. You're trying to show off online. It's just the first step. So him admitting that he was using SARMs, and admitting that he was using essentially like oral steroids pretty much. I mean, everyone else is doing it too, waiting for the next one. But it's about fucking time that people start realizing, and everyone's going like, oh, well, he's using it, but the other person, or he's not using it. I mean, if he's using it, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Everyone knew. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Everyone in those groups and those cliques and those circles, everyone fucking knows. They probably take it while they jerk each other off. Everyone is doing it. Everyone is doing it. Everyone's doing it. And that's an exaggeration because obviously everyone's not doing it. But at that level, when you start putting a lot of money on the line, when you start putting a lot of sponsorships on the line, when you start putting these big ass contracts on the line, when you start putting these big fucking things on the line, people are going to do whatever they can to get more attention, to do more. No, I have not. But I am also 35 years old and I'm not that fucking huge. 35 years old. I'm not that huge. I have very good proportion. I work my fucking ass off and I've been doing it for almost 20 years. My point is, when you are talking about 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds that are fucking huge, twice as strong as me, I look at them, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Get out of here. Has it ever tempted you? I mean, not tempted, but I've thought about it. I probably will take I'll probably take testosterone and shit like that, you know, when I need to, when my testosterone levels naturally start to drop as I get older. Sure, I'm going to live long and healthy and as vibrant as possible. I'll do testosterone replacement. I have nothing against that. So if I go and get blood work done, hey, I'm a little bit low, I'll get a prescription. I'm not going to take, you know, there's a difference between taking a replacement to bring you back up to what you would normally be and taking 5 times that to be fucking massive and maintain that ridiculous size. I have nothing against doing testosterone replacement. I have nothing against doing any kind of hormone therapy and stuff to live more vibrantly longer. I have nothing against that. That's the future. Epigenetics, working with your genetics, working with DNA, hormones, you know, the endocrine system, that's the future. That's the future of real, true longevity and health. So if you're eating properly, you're training, but I'm talking about like you're getting monitored with that. You're getting monitored with that. You're giving yourself and replacing what you should have, you know, with the highest quality stuff, with a doctor's supervision. That's different than buying something online or from some dude at the gym or from someone that you know and taking excessive amounts. And especially in not doing blood work, and people do this stuff without even monitoring what's actually going on in their body. So, like, I have nothing against people that, you know, if you want to be a professional bodybuilder, you're going to have to take a lot of stuff. And you're not taking one thing, you're taking 20 or 30 different compounds. You're taking growth, you're taking test, you're taking all these other different things that do many different other features. And there's many different types of steroids and anabolics that do different things. Some dry you out, some get you strong without getting you too big. Some help you recover better, blah, blah, blah. So you can have someone who's really strong because some sports or some activities, you want to be massively bulky, but you want to increase strength and performance. And there are certain steroids and anabolics that do that. And a steroid is just a messenger. A steroid is just a chemical messenger that sends a message directly to the cell. So when we say steroids, there are many different types of steroids, and not all of them are going to be like strong and metabolize fat and get you big. We just use that very, very loosely. Steroids as something that gets you huge. Anabolic steroids are the ones that get you big, anabolic building. But there are many, 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 many different types of steroids, and not all of them are you would take for something like for fitness or sports or something like that. I heard some steroids make guys sterile too. Yeah, I guess you can, because when you increase testosterone production, exogenous, when you're adding it to the body, your body shuts down natural testosterone production. That's where people, when they cycle on or off, that's why you want to not take it too much or take it too long, because your body shuts down natural production because you're getting it externally. You're getting it from somewhere else. Your body sees, oh, there's already a lot of testosterone in the system. We don't need to produce it right now. Shuts down, balls shrink, and that kind of effect. And that's why you hear people cycling. They go off it so their body can start turning back on, and they don't kill their body's natural ability to produce. But people that take it really young or take it for extended periods of time, they might come off it and their body might not ever, create or come back or bounce back essentially to produce testosterone after if you're on it for too long, or you take too much, or take too much for too long, or whatever other reason. So then some people might be on testosterone the rest of their life because they essentially just kill their body's natural ability to produce it. So there's a lot of risk factors. I just wanted to bring this up because it's kind of quote unquote trending in the fitness. I want to make sure it just gets as much exposure as possible because this is ubiquitous. This is everywhere. And a lot of people are doing this, and it discourages a lot of people without them realizing why they're being discouraged. People are getting discouraged because they're not seeing the progress that these people are seeing. They don't look like these people. And wow, they're half my age, or they're this. It's important to understand what is going on because it's depressing a lot of people. It's discouraging a lot of people from continuing training. Like, well, this isn't working for me. I'm doing something wrong. I'm fucked up. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. And it's just not true. It's just absolutely not true. It takes a long time. It takes a long time to build that type of mass. It takes a long time to build that type of strength. Let me see some of these comments. Let's see. I don't know why it's not popping up on the screen. Main chat's kind of been glitchy. Let's see. Mark Dixon, totally agree. I wanted to change, but wanted to look better and be healthy. Let's see. Jeff Kraft on Facebook. The quote, I'm not huge, so I'm natty line. Isn't that what a lot of the IFBB physique guys use? I don't know, but I've heard that before. Like, I'm not that big. Bullshit. If you're on an IFBB, look, if you're on an IFBB pro stage, you're taking stuff. You are. You don't get to that level by not taking shit. You don't maintain the fullness. You don't maintain the dryness and the hardness at that kind of a caloric deficit, at that extreme low body fat percentages. Your body bonks out and crashes because you're in starvation and dehydration mode. You don't get to that level. And they don't test. They don't test. They don't test you. They don't fucking test you. Again, they don't fucking test you. Of course people are taking. Everyone is. I know people. I know people in the IFBB. I know people. Everyone is taking something. I don't care if you're in figure. I don't care if you're in bikini. People are taking shit at that level. Guaranteed. No one's natural at that level. Eric, I thought it was funny watching Brad Castleberry backtrack. Well, I mean, that's the thing. He doesn't have to backtrack. Of course he's taking. But maybe that's going to open some people's eyes when you see, oh, if this person's taking and he's an 18-year-old and he's not, I mean, he's big, but wow, I wonder who else is taking. Maybe some people that are in their fucking 40s and 50s that are ripped out of their fucking mind. Wow, shocker. Just remember, when you're looking at this stuff, when you're looking on Instagram, when you're looking on YouTube, when you're online and you're seeing these people, remember what they have at stake. I don't blame them. I just don't like it. If you want to skirt the issue and someone asks you and you kind of avoid it, all right, you're kind of a douchebag, but all right, you're also not saying that you're natural, okay? It's like you're omitting, you're just kind of avoiding and you're skirting. All right, so maybe you're not coming forward and being like, nope, I'm natural. But there's some people out there that come forward and say, no, I'm natural, lifetime natural, never used anything. And they're so full of shit, it's coming out their eyeballs like it stinks through the phone. They're so full of shit. And those are the ones that are really the most dangerous. And I say dangerous in the sense that they are influencing people, kids especially, anyone. They're influencing anyone that might think that that's possible naturally. And it's really, it's discouraging to see from a professional standpoint. Thanks, martial artist. Appreciate it. Let's see. Jonas, what motivates you to stay positive through life's difficulties? All the best. It depends on what you judge a difficulty. You know, I mean, I think it's always helpful to, I'll take some questions now if you guys want to drop them. Last episode for 900 tomorrow. Ooh, fancy. I think it's important when you are thinking about life's difficulties. What are you classifying as a difficulty? You know, I've had this conversation a couple times with some messages back and forth. You know, if you have, I did this on the Daily Swole Club on Facebook Messenger the other day, and I had everyone respond and say, hey, message me, tell me what you are grateful for. And most of the responses were family, it was, you know, health. But a few people really hit a solid nail on the head when they said, I'm grateful for having running water. And when you think about it that simply, that if you have running water, you're pretty much in the top like 1 or 2% of the population in the fucking world. There are so many millions and millions and millions and millions of people, maybe even over a billion, probably a billion or plus, that don't even have running water. So if you can go to your bathroom and just turn on the faucet, like you really, you have it made. Some people walk miles to get dirty fucking water. So it's amazing. If you think back, like anytime you have a difficulty, you think back to really what you have. Come on, what you have. Don't think about what you don't have. Think about what you have. And if you make a list of all the things as minute as possible, as little, as minuscule as possible, every little last thing that you have, you feel like an asshole for getting bummed out about whatever you're bummed out about. The list: running water, roof over your head, food in the fridge, having a fucking fridge, the ability to keep things cold at your will, thermostat to stay warm or hot just by pushing a fucking button, a bed that isn't a rock, a cell phone, you know, a pet, loved one, family, whatever. And you have so many things to be thankful for. It's kind of shitty to feel bad about traffic or something at work, or everyone's got shit. Everyone you see on social media, everyone that looks like you have your whole life together, I got shit that I deal with. I just don't fucking talk about it every day. Everyone's got shit. Everyone's got stuff. Everyone's got a personal life. Everyone's got things that they're dealing with. Everyone has things in their brain. Everyone has things that they want to achieve. Everyone is juggling personal stuff. So everyone is. Everyone. There's not one single person that has everything perfect and everything and they're wonderful. It's all perception. So, I mean, everyone can have that kind of an outlook. Everyone can have that kind of a life, but you have to feel that way. You know, it's how you perceive your situation. It's how you perceive your life. It's how you perceive what's going on. Let me see a couple other questions. Let me unplug this phone. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the messages aren't popping up on the computer screen, so I'm going phone-wise, Game G. I've got 4 kids and wanted to show them how you can change naturally. Good, Mark. Anthony Hughley, what do you think of guys like Christian Guzman and Rob Lipsett? They claim natty. I've heard the name Rob Lipsett. I don't know anything about him. I'd have to look. Christian Guzman isn't that big. He's kind of skinny. He's not really that muscular. So he's got skinny little legs and he's slender and he's lean, but lean doesn't mean big. He doesn't look that big. I don't know. He might be using something. It's possible. Maybe something for hardening or drying out, but he's not in the IFBB. He doesn't compete at that level, I don't think. I don't follow his content at all. I've seen some of his stuff and kind of wanted to hurl a couple times. I'm not into that material type shit. I hate that. I hate that kind of stuff. Some people are so materialistic and he's very materialistic. He's a very materialistic person from all the content I see. I mean, you only know from what you see. And I don't know him personally. I know nothing really about him. So, I mean, but it's just very, very, I don't know. Not really sure what the right word is. Pretentious? I don't know. Get my vocab game up. But very, very materialistic posting, very materialistic vlogs. And it's just too, I don't know. Too fake, too artificial, too inauthentic, in my opinion. Do I drink? Sometimes. Not really. Not that often. Damn, I remember number 1. You're an $8.99. Fuck yeah. Coming up on 1,000. Coming up on a grand. I believe episode 1,000. I think it's January 31st. I think I did the math a while ago and I counted out. I'm not sure though. If anyone else wants to check it out, or I think it's January 31st. Actually, what was Anthony? I think the Rob Lipsett thing. I think he just posted a video about something. I saw a thumbnail on my YouTube recommended, but I didn't click on it. I'm going to make a YouTube video on this. I'm going to do a response and kind of pretty much talk about the same stuff I already did, but I'll do a video. Got a couple of videos coming. Now, see, special episode for 1,000. I thought about it. I'm like, I'm probably just going to do another episode. I'm not going to do anything outlandish. 1,000 I'm going to do. For what? What's special? What's special am I going to do about it? It's another day, really. When you think about it, it's just one more brick that I'm laying down. It's episode 1,000, but it's still just one episode. I don't really know. Don't know. What I probably will do around that time, I don't know if I'm going to do like anything like absolutely like outlandish, but I will be doing like probably some crazy like awesome specials and giveaways and stuff like that. I'll probably do something like that. I love BK. Burger King? What's BK? How long have you been growing your beard? I had my last beard for 7 months before shaving it off. Now I am 1 month in for the year's challenge. 1 month in? Why would you shave your beard after 7 months? Only to grow it again. For shame. How long have I been growing it? I've had it for a few years. 3, 4 years? I don't even remember. 3 years? Who knows? I've had facial hair for a long time. But there's a difference between facial hair and a beard. I just grew it out longer and I liked it, so I kept it. How long have I been working out? About 18 years. I'm 35. The yeared challenge? The fuck is a yeared challenge? The fuck is that? I hate challenges. Everyone's got a fucking challenge. Everyone's got a challenge. There's a fitness challenge, a beard challenge. God. Ugh. Fucking challenge for everything. Everyone's got a fucking challenge today. Here we go. I know Tommy Mays on Facebook. I remember the first one. Time goes fast. I know, dude. You were there for the first one. You were live for the first episode. I remember, bro. It's a milestone. Be proud, bro. You're doing great work. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm just excited for it because it becomes a blur, honestly. You know, I just focus on doing good content, having good podcasts, and answering questions, and keeping everyone engaged and delivering good material. And I just like kind of open my eyes once in a while, and I see, holy shit, I feel like it was just 800. I mean, it was 99 days ago, but it's like, fuck, all right, 900, and then it's really a blur. It's really a blur. I don't even remember the last 100 episodes. What's really funny is when someone asks me, hey, what episode was when you talked about? I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea. But you can always do a search on YouTube. I feel like there'll be a great thing to do. Like link them all, organize them and stuff, tag them all. I don't even know how I would undertake that, but you can find them all. If you want to go back to some of the earlier episodes, I don't believe my RSS feed on podcast on Apple or Spotify pulls all the way back. I don't think it can. They don't go all the way back to the beginning. But on SoundCloud, I have all the old ones. I still post on SoundCloud, but not primarily. So I usually post up the new weekly ones once a week or once every few days when I remember. But if you want the latest, Apple Podcasts, Spotify are the best place to get it. I know people listen on Overcast and Pocket Cast and all these other little podcast things, but the earlier episodes are all on SoundCloud. Dedicate 100%, no doubt. No doubt, man. All right, here we go. Time goes fast when you're the Swole God. Oh, well, the Swole God. Nathan Kendrick, I'm new to and some questions on Facebook. I'm new to the fitness industry, but I'm not going to cave into that garbage. I don't want the risk. It cuts off, so I can't see the rest of my phone. Well, yeah, you don't need to play with any of that stuff at the beginning. If you want to get the most out of your fitness, you got to build that foundation at least into your 30s. And then if you want to do something like that, it's your personal choice, but at least get into your 30s, at least get out of that development range, at least build that proper foundation with nutrition and training. People start doing all this illegal shit way too young. And they don't get that foundation. So then when they don't take it anymore, it really fucks them up. Does anyone drink cold brew coffee? Thinking about buying a cold brew coffee maker. Yeah, I do. What do you mean a coffee maker? All it is a pot. You just grind up the coffee and you pour water and you let it sit for like 16 hours in the fridge. Is that what you mean by a coffee maker? I mean, you just make it yourself. Cold brew is great. I still like my hot coffee in the morning. You would think I would like it cold, but usually if I drink like hot coffee in the morning, then later on if I want some more cold brew, but you get more caffeine with cold brew. Okay, let's see. How low would you let your natural test drop before you consider? I have no idea. No clue, man. How low would you let it drop? I don't know. I need to get some blood work done anyway. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I would do. No idea. I've never even given it serious thought. I just, in the back of my head, I'm like, I have no problem doing it. Like morally or ethically, I just have no problem doing it if I could benefit from it. But I mean, there's a difference between doing testosterone replacement and me saying, oh, I'm going to take 1,000, I'm going to take a gram a week, or I'm going to take a lot to get bigger. It's like, no, I mean, I want to maintain my health and my vibrancy and my energy levels and this to balance out when it would naturally drop with age and decline. So I want to stay healthy and mobile and active as long as I can. And if that can help me, then, and I'm sure it can, then I'll do it. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. No problem with people doing it. And I was like, oh, well, that guy's 70 years old and ripped. It's like, yeah, but he's taking, like, good for him. Fucking good for that dude. Good for that fucking guy. Taking a little sauce to bring up and fucking make him vibrant and active and training hard in his 70s. Fuck yeah. Rock it out. Absolutely. 100%. Right, Pri? Right, mama? You're going to take some sauce? You're an old girl. Baby girl. Don't give me the stink eye. Don't ignore me. Whatever. What is your daily job? I am the CEO and founder of Swolenormous. I run my online programs, my community, swolenormousx.com if you're interested in checking out all my programs and nutrition content. That's my daily job. I'm in the fitness industry for almost 20 years. I do everything online, super high tech, all my programs, all my HD videos, yoga classes, everything. It's my membership group. Bow, bow. That's what I do. That's what I do. I do it. Do it. All right. Wait, I turned this off. All right, fam. Well, great questions, great content, great responses. I appreciate everyone's attention. I appreciate your input. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit of a rant, a lot of truth, and also my opinion. So it doesn't mean that you have to hate any of these people. It doesn't mean you have to be violently against and I don't know. You can have whatever opinion you want. You can think whatever you want. If you want to take it, if you want to follow that, just don't be disillusioned thinking that these types of results are common, possible, if at all common, to someone that's just approaching fitness as a newbie and building naturally. It takes so much time and relentless effort. You have to work so fucking hard anyway, especially when you're doing things naturally. That's why I'm always talking about time. It takes time. It takes time. I'm not a spring chicken per se, right? I'm 35, but I train so fucking hard. When I lift, I fucking go lift. I'm not going there to do a fucking Zumba class. I'm going there to put in work, to get results, to maintain what I've built. A lot of the reason why I keep training is like, I worked this fucking hard this whole time. I'm not going to stop now and waste it. I've worked this hard to build it. And now it's just like, it's always a work. It's always an adjustment. It's always a work in progress. But there's a lot of misconception about what's possible. And there's a lot of trickery, scams, and thievery out there from these big companies. And the companies are not innocent in this. They might be apathetic. They'll ignore it. They'll skirt the issue. They'll pretend they didn't know, but they fucking know. They know, and they're making a shitload of money about it, but they'll deny it, or they'll fire you, or they'll cut you off, they'll end your sponsorship. They know they just don't care unless it's affecting them in their pockets. If it's going to affect their image or their pockets, they will cut you loose and deny everything. The game is the same. It's the same. It's called save your own fucking ass. Make as much money as you can and save your own ass when shit hits the fan. So when people start realizing and it comes out, everyone starts coming out, admitting it, and then it's more open. Either the public's going to accept it, but then, I think eventually it's going to be open. And then instead of supplement companies, it's going to be fucking like steroid companies and this like out in the open. And they're going to be promoting this type of compound and this type of compound. Like, weed's almost legal everywhere. That's going to be, it's just the natural progression. I think people should be able to take whatever the fuck they want to take. I think it should all be legal. Why not? It's your body. If you want to take anabolic steroids, why the fuck should you not be able to? Why the fuck? It's my body. If a company wants to sell me something and I want to fucking buy it, then I should be able to fucking buy it. I don't understand why it's illegal. However, if it's legal and it's open, you're going to get better quality product. You're going to get cheaper products. You're going to have safer methods and testing and home testing at affordable price. You're not going to have to spend $100 for blood tests and $1,000, back alleys and, ordering secretly and this. And am I getting what I'm getting? And it's like any other business. It's like any other business. Flat screen TVs, when they first come out, they're $10,000. Now you can get 50-inch flat screen for like $200 at Walmart. So, everything. I just think it'll be safer. I think there'll be a lot less problems if you make it fucking legal, and then people can get big, small, whatever. I think there should be a lot more freedom for people to make their own choices and decisions, and for businesses to make money, and for, they're holding it back because it's medical. It'll kill the TRT industry, right? It's government regulation and everything. They're trying to keep that under wraps. No, it's TRT, because all these medical clinics and stuff like that will lose a shitload of money if it's public and legal and available at Walgreens or something like that. Anyway, just my opinion. I think people should be able to do what they want. However, I'm not encouraging it. I'm not saying you should do it. I just want you to be aware of what is actually happening and not to be disillusioned. So thank you, everyone, for joining me for episode 899 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, Slaycast, Taintcast, and Truthcast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Make sure you go and check out swolenormousx.com. If you have any other questions, you want to follow the podcast, you want to check out my programs and everything, my membership stuff, all at swolenormousx.com. And I'm located at Swolenormous everywhere. Hit me up in the DM, message me, let me know your thoughts on this episode, and I'll see you tomorrow for episode 900. Yeah, 900 tomorrow. Super exciting. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swole, yo. Out.